I'm Jeremy Bryans.
And I'm Courtney Bryans.
And Courtney and I had our first child, Caitlin, in August of 2005. We were thrilled. It was the first time that either one of us had brought a child home from the hospital. We were really excited. She was perfect in every way. And so we were proud to take her out and show her to everybody. As time went by, we noticed that she was missing certain milestones. We made the rounds with the doctors. They told us, go see another specialist, and that specialist led us to another specialist who delivered a death sentence called spinal muscular atrophy, something that neither one of us had heard of. And so we knew that we were on this path of changing from being parents of somebody that we were going to raise and help live a very long, healthy life to helping a child die.
My name is David Hartline. I have served on the board of Bo's Place for the past 5 years. I'm married to Claudine. My first wife was Kristen. She died of breast cancer when she was 28 and I was 27. We had an 18-month-old son named Sam.
And I'm Claudine Hartland, and my husband, Ed Hindi, died in a ski accident. And we had 3 children, Campbell, Hudson, and Reagan.
The biggest thing I remember about grief is how isolating it feels. How you literally feel, even though, as Jeremy said, he was grieving, my parents were grieving, my brother was grieving, my in-laws our friends were grieving for us. But it's such an isolating feeling to know the weight that you're carrying, because you're, like I said, your friends, everyone is supporting you. But to go about your day and to get up and to have to think, this is not a bad dream. I'm carrying this grief with me as I go throughout my day. And I will continue. And as I said to a dear friend who also lost her child to SMA, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You just don't know how far away that light is. And every day you have to just get up and try to get there. And eventually you will. It could take years. It could take months. I think grief is something that stays with you. It's just how do you handle it? How do you choose to handle it? How do you put yourself into work, your family? Do you allow it to take over sometimes when you need to?
Bo's Place didn't have a young adults group. And so I was 27, and so the only support group that I could go to was, it was at a hospice care place, and it was really just me and a lot of elderly people that had lost their spouses, and it wasn't quite the same as being with someone that had lost sort of a spouse at a young age and maybe had a child at home, and so that's one of the things that I'm so excited about that we have at Bo's Place.
My grief process, at the beginning, it was just about surviving, just getting through the day and getting my kids through the day. And so during the day, I could be pretty strong and handle the day, and then it would just be night and it would just be hard. And so having like a place like Bo's Place is just, even if you have a lot of support, sometimes you just need like different support. Because you don't want to bring anybody else down.
I think for me, helping Claudine was, not only did it help Claudine, I think, but it also helped me with my grief. Even though we experienced different losses, getting to be there for her, I understood, as I said earlier, how isolating it is to be in that much pain. And it's one thing to go through it, but to see one of your best friends go through it again was pretty heartbreaking. And just to know she was hurting and her children were hurting, So for me, the only thing I knew to do was to go to her and to be with her and to do whatever I could. I just wanted to help. As a friend, when you're watching someone grieve, you want to do everything you possibly can. And luckily, Jeremy was so great and knew that when it was bedtime, I was going to be with Claudine, that the house was quiet for her, her kids were in bed, and she was alone in her grief. Being a mother, I believe, surviving the loss of your child, it's, in hindsight, I can't believe I did. I do believe the only other person who can help another mother who's lost a child is a mother who's lost a child. It's a bond you share with somebody, whether you're meeting somebody for the first time and they say they lost a child, I get you. And that's not something you could say with, just random people you meet, but to be able to say, I know what you're feeling. I know how empty you feel. I know the hurt. And that's what I think Bo's Place is so great, is connecting other people who've shared similar losses. And you can just sit there and they can cry and you know why they're crying. You know how much it hurts.